The UST and Luna situation has sent a massive ripple effect across the entire crypto market. Today, we're going to talk about that situation and how it applies to Stellar and the Stellar chain and XLM as an asset. All right, everyone, let's explore the news. And as always, any article you see in this video will be linked in the description below. Like Terra's UST, another stablecoin lost peg, and you'll freak out when you see which one. We are talking about algorithmic pegs in the death spiral, all right? Kind of like a mathematical play on how you can break the system. In short, the algorithms, right, the mechanics that are written to do this, in order to fix the coin stability, it actually makes it worse, and it causes this huge spiral all the way down. Well, there's been a massive ripple effect to the entire market. And in fact, do you guys remember like when all the Bernie Madoff stuff happened and people were like, oh, I wasn't exposed, oh, I wasn't part of the Madoff thing, and firms came out publicly and they were like, you know, seriously, we're not part of this, we don't want to be associated with this. Well, that's how big this is. Same thing has happened. Crypto companies announced no exposure to UST and Luna. And yes, I'm going to be able to show you what the effect has been on the Stellar network and the XLM as an asset. All right, so we're going to go from people talking about no exposure to full-on exposure. I've got it up on the screen right here of what has happened to the market cap with crypto as of late. And you could see the dramatic dip right here. I'll move my cursor out so you can see. Specifically, let's talk about what's happened to Stellar. Same thing with Stellar. You have seen now that recently this last movement has really caused a pullback in the market cap. Now, what about the Stellar network, right? The actual network, all right? I've got some stats for you. Let's look at automated market maker Stellar X. Big pullback in liquidity, okay, from 29 million now down to 21 million. And people are going to say to me, well, Klaus, that's because all of the assets are lowering in value. Well, I want you to look at this. Look at the volume here on the right-hand side of the screen. See how there has been a spike in volume? This is a spike of selling. So this dip right here is not from the assets losing their value. Well, of course the assets are losing their value. The whole market is taking a massive impact. But this is more based on the massive increase of volume over the last several days, with May 11th highlighting $4 million in volume. Let's compare that to a week ago, $675,000 in volume. What, 15, 18, 20x the amount of volume since this whole UST Luna thing has gone on? So what does this mean for the Stellar network? Well, obviously people have pulled money out. Assets on the chain have gone down in value. We get all that. But what about big picture? First, let's look at UST, right? The whole Luna thing. The reason that happened, that's an algorithmic-based stable coin, all right? In order to fix itself, in order to get back to its peg, it actually makes the problem worse, causes the death spiral. All right. When we looked at the Stellar assets, right, with assets on the chain, that's not the same situation. That's a ripple effect of confidence on the chain. The big thing with UST, they were offering 20%. Yeah, all those times I told you out there that if people are offering crazy yields, it is way too good to be true. There is something wrong with it. UST was offering 20%. People were not using UST Luna to move money. They weren't using it to do anything other than make money. That's not utility. See, and that's why these situations in crypto are not such a bad thing. I know, yes, I understand the money loss is bad. Trust me, I get that. All of my crypto assets are way down. But I like it because look what's going down. Look what's leading the pack down. It's the junk stuff out there. Who is offering 20% yield on a stable coin? And think about this. Their business mechanism that caused this entire thing was, hey, we're going to offer 20% incentive early, and then later we're going to have to dial it back down because we won't be able to sustain it. That is so close to being a friggin' Ponzi scheme. And that's why Janet Yellen out there was like, hey, look, this whole stablecoin thing, we're getting legislation done in 2022. So yes, this is the pain that we're going through. But Stellar and other utility tokens out there have a business purpose. They have a use case. They have a utility. Those chains and tokens will be able to withstand the storm because people will still have a need to use them. MoneyGram still has a need for Stellar to move money, and MoneyGram is still going to go ahead with their June 2022 launch. Look, this is essentially how it is. The crap projects out there are going to crumble over time. You're going to see more exposure like this happen. But those use case, the utility tokens, our favorite ones out there, they're going to be able to withstand that. That's why Stellar has been around since, what, 2015? Yeah, been around for a while. Now, if you like this video, awesome. I'm sure you're going to like this other Stellar video right here. All right, everyone, take care.